All right, so because it is the start of the new year, I figured we'd talk a little bit about filling your content calendar for 2022. This could include everything like social media to working in the MyWiker system and all of that. So hopefully this will give you some ideas of what to do, and then like how to put it all in your calendar to stay organized. All right, so when I start thinking about my year worth of content, I like to break it down. So things that you could do yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. Yearly things are the big things like that you do either once or twice a year. We've got people coming in. So that could be like a charity event, such as our toy drive at work, but you could do this as an agent or like with another agent as well. So you could do a clothing drive, you could do fundraisers, things like that. These are mostly yearly because they do take a lot of promotion and marketing and all of that stuff. You could do community events such as farmers markets and craft fairs. And I know that being a realtor is not like in the craft fair or the farmers market genre, but if you do set up a table, you're meeting a lot of people in the community, and you could talk to people through there. You could also do a holiday event like an Easter egg hunt or like a Christmas village or something like that. Obviously that's once a year because it's holiday related. A big event you could also do yearly is a client appreciation event. So this could be anything from like a dinner to I've seen a movie theater rental. So somebody rented out an entire movie theater. They invited all their past clients. They probably provided like popcorn and things like that. Somebody also did a client appreciation event at the zoo near me. So they have like holiday lights. So they rented a little gazebo and they gave out hot chocolate and things like that. And then the last thing you could do yearly, you could even do this monthly if you want, is like coffee with a realtor. So you're going to a local coffee shop, you're sitting down. You don't even necessarily have to buy coffee for the people who come in, but you will be there to sit with people and answer all their realtor related questions. So this is nice because you're promoting a local business as well as yourself. Maybe this local business will also promote you. And there's like little to no pressure because you're just sitting, enjoying coffee, and then hoping people will come and ask you questions. All right. So the things that you could do monthly are webinars. So I know a lot of people don't like to be on video, but webinars, you could do something like this, like a little presentation, and you don't even have to be on the video the whole time. But it is smart because you could promote it to buyers specifically or to sellers specifically. They will sign up, they'll be on your email list, and then you'll have them to talk to throughout the year. So some ideas for buyers, you could do like down payments and closing costs, because a lot of buyers, at least ones that I've met, didn't know the like surprise costs of buying a home, which is also a hidden cost of home buying right there. You do buyer risks that you shouldn't take, renting versus buying in New Jersey, contingencies and waivers, and then like generic things like buying a home in New Jersey. For sellers, you could do selling during/after COVID, if this ever ends. You could do reaching the best or most buyers for your home, again, with the contingencies and risk management, current selling market. You could do one specifically about you, like your 30, 60, or 90-day marketing plan that will help them sell their house. And then selling while buying and other stresses. I thought would be a good topic to cover because a lot of people can't buy unless they sell. So it's a thing that you see often in the market. And then webinars, you could do intro, so a little bit about you, the topic at hand, a Q&A, and then a call to action. So you want them to sign up for a specific thing, you want them to make an appointment with you to talk about what you talked about in your webinar. And then you could do the monthly, so this is actually like a whole year's worth of content if you want it. 1 month buyer, 1 month seller, to keep it different. All right, so weekly things that you could do. You could write a blog. You could do that right through your KV Core system or the MyWiker system. You could do market report videos, which is like Facebook Live or something like that. You could do random quick tips. So one big thing right now is video, and videos from 15 seconds to 1 minute are like the key spot because nobody has an attention span for anything longer than that. So a quick tip up to a minute, just something you've noticed about the market or questions that you've heard often. You could even do a live Q&A. So that could also be a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, that sort of thing. But if you don't think people will show up and ask you questions, you could do a pre-recorded, frequently asked questions. They could be questions you've gotten from clients or just things that you think are important to share with people. You could also do fun facts about your farm. So if you're like in Warren, for example, you could say, if you're thinking about moving to Warren, this is what we have to offer. These are like our downtown areas, all that stuff. Again, that could be a blog post or a video, or just like a generic picture post. And then another thing, maybe not weekly because it is a lot of work, you could do small business interviews. Again, going to like local coffee shops, things like that, seeing what's about town. So when people are looking to buy in the areas that you work in, then you can tell them all about the town. All right. And then daily things that you could do are social media stories. Facebook and Instagram have stories that you can share between both, so you only have to do them once, which is good. A lot of people love behind the scenes things. So what you do in the office, like day in the life of a realtor, that sort of thing. And then obviously daily, you should be doing outreach and cold calling, and then keeping up with your MyWiker system. So if you see on the dashboard here, things that you could do daily that MyWiker suggests is all of this right here. So you sign into your dashboard, you look at any new leads that you have, you look at the new texts, emails, hot leads, and property views, just so you see what your database is up to and who you need to contact based on what they're doing. Things you could also look at daily are business analytics. So if you go to your pipeline, you can see how many people you have and where they are, and then your KV Core activity. So you could sort of gamify this one if you want, if that's what you're into, but you could do, this is what I've done in the last 90 days, and next week or like next month, I want to beat myself. So you could do more phone calls or more text messages, that sort of thing. Alrighty. So if I leave you with one thing, it is that video is the biggest thing right now. According to Keeping Current Matters, 85% of buyers and sellers want to work with agents who use video. Social media channels love videos. They push them more. Gen Z, who will be buying homes soon, love videos. And it's more personal and engaging because people will get to know you before they actually see you in person. And then some best practices for your content calendar is to batch your content, which means just taking like one day out of the month and doing all your video or like doing all your blogs. You could even take one day to make scripts, one day to film, one day to edit. So it takes you 3 days, but you have a whole month's worth of content. Blog, same thing, one day to outline, one day to write, one day to edit. And then you could take all of those things and then break them up even more, share them on different platforms. Again, like 15-second to 1 minute videos are big things. So if you do a longer form video, you could always break it up and share it all over the place. Another thing you do is partner up. So if you're thinking about doing a client appreciation event, but it seems too big, overwhelming, expensive, you could partner up with somebody to save money. And then get more potential participation because they're bringing their clients and you're bringing your clients as well. One thing I have to tell you is to use the MyWiker system because that's my job. So things that you could do in the My Market system: create a newsletter campaign. Again, that's sort of like batching, because you're creating something now to use all year round or something like that. You can mass email your list by scheduling mass emails or just doing one-off emails, but it's a good way to keep in contact with a bunch of people at once. And then there's so many things that you can automate and schedule in the My Market system, like alerts, campaigns, that sort of thing. So use the system to your advantage, make it work for you. And then one big thing is staying consistent. So consistency will create habits in your life. Consistency will show potential clients that you're there, that you're constantly keeping up with your social media channels and your business and all of that. And then consistency will actually create more content for you, because the more you post, the more interaction you get from others, which could lead to like the frequently asked questions, and then obviously more clients.
Katie, can I ask a question? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Gary. Those 2 slides before, you had something about the newsletter, creating a campaign. And I think we're all familiar with campaigns are kind of automatic, touches out. The newsletters are they set up like just run this one in April, this one in May, this one in February? Are they already set up that way? So we would just have to kind of schedule them, basically? I mean, how is it? Is it scheduling or is it a campaign?
So a little bit of both. So actually, that's what I was going to go over next week, how to create a newsletter campaign. But unfortunately, right now, when you're creating a campaign, you can't write like the date that it's going to be sent. You could just do like 30 days from phase.
Yeah, 7 days out or 10 days out. Yeah.
Right. I heard that they're fixing that you could actually choose a date soon. So fingers crossed for that one. But with a newsletter campaign, a lot of them are luckily like generic. So you can set up 12 months worth of newsletters if you wanted to. You would just have to make sure that like something in the summer months would actually be sent in the summer months, that sort of thing.
So the content for a whole year's worth of newsletters is already there. I mean, I know it's always changing, and I think you've been really great about kind of giving us a heads up when there's something new, and kind of maybe giving us a visual list of it. So you've been really great about informing us on that.
Yeah.
But is everything there now? It's just so hard to find this stuff sometimes.
I know, because there's like 4 million templates.
Yeah.
And I've asked KV Core, like, can I delete things that I'm not using? And they said no, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so a lot of the newsletters are dated. So like they have the month that you could use them.
Okay.
And I think it's a good thing to set up in January. That's what I was going to go over next week, to like start the people who are already on your CRM with newsletters for the year.
Yeah, or at a minimum for like 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Yeah.
Right.
See how it goes. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I think Tom Ferry has said if it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. So I was going to send out this website to everybody, which is how to create an editorial calendar with examples and templates. So what I usually do is in just Excel, I write all the dates and then I write all my ideas down. And that's just easy for me, but sometimes it's not like visually appealing. So this website has a few editorial calendars that you could use. Some are pretty, some are straightforward, but they're just a good idea to have if you're looking to organize that way. All right, so are there any more questions currently? No? Does anyone have like content that they've consistently used that they've seen work? Or does anyone use like the blog part of the My Weichert system, anything like that?
I think we're all familiar with market reports that go out there, and I see people clicking on them. Does that success? I didn't necessarily get a listing from it, but at least people are engaging with something that I'm putting out there to the metaverse, universe, web universe, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
you know, and they may have a best friend who's a realtor or whatever too. But that's not the point. The point is that they're engaging something that has my name and picture on it.
Right.
And the market reports are very, very small. So it would probably, here's a question, then I'll mix it into a question. Say someone opens up a market report and I can see it, right? Isn't there a way to automatically trigger a secondary touch after they do something, kind of like a text alert or other things that get automated when somebody does something?
I believe you can.
So, even if it's thanks for clicking on, or thanks for checking out the recent market report, not know if they actually did, or they just clicked it to open it and close it, who knows what they did, but they would just be hit with a gentle touch, not like I'm coming over with the listing paperwork now, but a gentle touch saying, if you have any further questions, because it is a basic report on your specific situation, blah, 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 happy to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And then hit him every day with something else. That's just a gentle touch. But there's a way to automate that. That's my question. How do we automate that?
It might be a trigger in the smart campaigns, like when they click on X, like send them Y, but I'd have to research that a little bit for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So when can I follow up with you on that and maybe get one of these templates for organizing content? Because if it's not scheduled, it's just ideas going through my head and out the other way, and then I get busy with something else. When are you generally in Warren? I forget what days.
Mondays, Tuesdays, and Friday.
Okay, I'll reach out to you to schedule something.
Sure.
Thanks. Or are you doing time in Watchung too, or just the Warren office?
Since they're open now, I probably will do one day there. Yeah, maybe Tuesdays.
Yeah, nice clean conference room now. So and they got the big TV there. So
yeah, I was there for the first time the other day. I had to let somebody in, so I was like, "Oh, this place is nice."
I'll figure it out. I'll circle back to you.
All right. You were gonna say something, John, or no?
I actually, and good morning, everyone. Katie, I just did it in the chat where with social media, a lot of times I'll look for my engagements and I'll see it's not that well, not being received by as many people as I think. So I'd like an opportunity during a Zoom meeting, maybe we discuss that type of engagement to see how we can better engage or expand the engagement. I'm not a big social media poster, and a lot of times, I rarely post about myself or fam, but there's, much as you had posted today or gone over today, there are a lot of things that you can expand the reach of getting people interested and following you. And I think others might be suffering as I do and not being effective there.
Do you use like hashtags when you post?
Not necessarily. Sometimes I'm not necessarily, so.
Yeah, so there's a lot you can do. Like when you're posting, you could use hashtags that will appeal to people. You could like put your location in. So if people are just looking in like Warren and they see your post that way. And it has a lot to do with like the algorithm, because like I said, video is a big thing. So like all of these channels are really pushing videos and reels and things like that. So there are certain ways, I guess, you could work each system in your favor.
Quick question about video. And specifically maybe putting it into Facebook. And I know we can just post a video, boom, to Facebook. I guess the only way to do that is really if it's a live video or if it's already on a YouTube channel, right? There's no way, like, I guess if we had a video on our computer or phone, we could upload that, right, as a picture.
Yeah.
But do you know if one I mean, it'd be great to just get it done, boom, and have it up there. Yes, we should all do what we think. But does it make any measure of difference of success of viewing or whatever you measure success with, whether it happened to be a live thing or a post straight from my phone as a picture or from a YouTube channel? Any idea?
I know that on Facebook, they like things to be done on Facebook. So like a Facebook Live would do better than like you uploading a YouTube video.
Okay. So Facebook Live is just another little like, okay, I'm going live now. You know, it's just a little more
Yeah.
nerve-wracking. You don't get time to edit. You don't get time to rethink things.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can do practice videos though. There's a way to say like, only I can see this video.
And that's live? Really? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and it's sort of just like a way you could talk to your camera and then you could rewatch it and see how you did if you want to. I know a lot of people don't like to see themselves or hear themselves though.
And then so then that's kind of like recording a video and posting it from your phone, but instead it sounds like it's recorded up in Facebook world and they actually have it.
Right.
It's not on your, it's not, you don't have it and you can't edit it. You would just then either decide to post or not post. Oh, we got an assistant with John. That's great.
Hello.
A day in the life of a realtor.
Yep.
A lucky realtor.
In poppy mode.
All right. Nice. Yep. Virtual learning has gotten everybody kind of homebound again, I guess, right? I don't know whether your schools had it or not.
Yeah, that's one thing you could post is day in the life from working from home. Everyone's always interested in like other people's office setups and things like that.
That's why it's blurred. No, it's not interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to circle back to you and schedule something to sit down and work out some of those things.
Sounds
I
good.
appreciate you having this meeting today.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Alrighty. So like I said, next week, I was going to talk about creating the newsletter campaign through Weichert Marketing. This time might be good, but I did realize that it is during the company-wide call session. So I'm not sure if I'll change the time, but you all will get an email to tell you when we're meeting next.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Have a good day.
You too.